Thinking about planning a honeymoon in 2023? Watch this video for some insights and tips on planning your 2023 honeymoon. Hi, I'm Jack with Vacationies, and I want to talk to you about trends we're seeing for 2023 honeymoons. I think the first trend we're seeing for people hoping to do a destination wedding and then a honeymoon is many people are just doing that. They're taking their destination wedding and extending maybe at a different resort. We'll move them from a family-friendly resort over to an adults-only resort in the same destination, cost-effective and fun. Now, I want to talk in this video more about what I would say is people that are actually doing a separate honeymoon, whether you're doing a destination wedding or not. Some trends we're seeing is people are getting married and then waiting a couple months, maybe even up to 6 months, and then doing a honeymoon. So here are some of the trends we're seeing. In Europe, a couple hot places we're seeing are Portugal. People are doing Porto and Lisbon. New place, cost-effective, great food. A lot of tourism is going on there. Another place we're seeing is Morocco. A very cool place. I went to Morocco about 3 or 4 years ago. It was not a trip on my bucket list, but it truly became a trip after we were there. You can in one day go skiing and go surfing. It's pretty cool. A lot of stuff to do. Food is good, private guides, ride camels, hot air ballooning, see mosques, go sand duning. Go snowboarding in the dunes on the sand. So Morocco, also a hot place. Traditionally, Italy is also a very high place that we're seeing for 23. It's always been popular. Multi-stop Italy. We'll typically do a honeymoon that may be Rome, Florence, Venice, Rome, Florence, Amalfi, and Naples. So those are some of the trends we're seeing in Europe. Another thing we're seeing for honeymooning is cruises. Now, I'm not talking about Royal Caribbean, Carnival, any of the big ships. I don't really think you think about 6,000 people with you on your honeymoon being romantic. What we are seeing are smaller ships, such as Windstar, that maybe is 125 to 300 passengers. They're smaller ships, go to unique places. They're definitely 5-star, great food, great service, great experience. Also seeing some higher end ships like Seabourn, Azamara, Oceania. Again, these are ships that range in size from 300 to 600 people. Again, they're going to spend nights in some ports. So really, you can have a romantic experience on those ships, and the food is amazing. Now, talking about cruising, we've also seen people inquiring about expedition cruises, so going to Antarctica or going to the Galapagos. So there are some really neat things in cruising that up until a couple years ago we really didn't see people asking about for honeymoons. Now, other thing which has been really hot is I'm getting a lot of people asking me about, hey Jack, I want to do an overwater bungalow, but not in Jamaica and not in Mexico. I want to do something more extravagant. So we have been looking at places such as Tahiti for overwater bungalows, the Maldives, and also Fiji. So when we look at those destinations, Tahiti, we have actually done Windstar or a cruise in Tahiti with an overwater bungalow for 3 or 4 days after. We've actually done Fiji for people with adding on Australia or New Zealand. So again, great place is something people didn't think about 3, 4, 5 years ago. Now, other things we're seeing is more adventures that people are asking us about. So Alaska, again, you can do it on a cruise. We've done smaller ships, but Alaska, if you want to be into hiking and backpacking while you're on a luxury honeymoon, not a problem. Costa Rica as well. We've also had people ask us about Machu Picchu. Again, I'm not sure that's a trend, but we've had 2 or 3 people ask about that. So the bottom line is, as you're looking for honeymoon ideas for 2023, the world, as they say, is your oyster. Everything is opening up again. Another hot place we're looking at, we've had probably 4 or 5 people ask us about, is Asia, Thailand specifically, and Vietnam. What I will say to you when you start looking at Asia is it's about time and money. It is not expensive in Thailand and Vietnam when you're there, but the key is you have to get there. So if you're thinking about Thailand and Vietnam, I would say you really need to look at 2 weeks minimally. Again, Hawaii, always popular. but these are some of the trends we're seeing in unusual places that I haven't seen in the past that we're now seeing now. So if you have ideas for your honeymoon, feel free to give us a call. The key for that is, with your honeymoon planning, is just know it is very hard for a travel professional to give you a price with airfare more than about 10 months in advance. And that's not because of us, it's because the airlines don't put their fares out. So if you want a round approximate price without the flights, that can be done at least a year and a half in advance. But with the flights, 10 or 11 months is the max we can give you. So those are the honeymoon thoughts I have, trends, things people are asking about. Hopefully it's been helpful, and feel free, like I said, to give us a call if you need help in planning your honeymoon or your destination wedding.